This is Bremley Lyngdoh from Bremley in southeast London. I bring you greetings from England as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of our statehood, Meghalaya. I want to congratulate all our leaders, especially those who dedicated their lives for the creation of our beautiful hill state, Meghalaya, back in 1972. Many of those leaders have gone. A few remain with us today, and we need to honor them for the sacrifice they made for us, for our generation, and for our state while they were just teenagers and young people then back in the 60s when the hill state movement started. Having said that, I'd like to share a little bit about the contribution that my father, late Eric Bremley Lyngdoh, made for our state. He joined the APHLC as the General Secretary for Youth Affairs back in the 1960s. He was only in his early 20s, and he was tasked with training the non-violent direct action volunteers from across the state as he was a youth leader. And today we still have one of his non-violent direct action volunteers still alive and strong. And you must have heard from his great interviews by Apple Star Maulong from Maulai Nongmali Block 3. And I think we have a lot to learn from these leaders who are still around. And the government has a responsibility to honor and recognize them, both those who are still around and those that have gone. They are the reason that we have our hill state. And having said that, those guys had a big march back in the summer of 1969 to the Assam Secretariat, where they demanded in a non-violent direct action way to the leaders of the Assam government to give us our hill state. It's because of them we are free, we can speak our own language, and we can lead our own people. But this is a call to action to all the young people out there listening. Now the ball is in your court. You need to take action to secure your future and the future of generations to come in our state for the next 50 years of our existence. Having said that, we need to work with our smallhold farmers because 80% of our state's population are farmers, and they live on the frontline communities, but they produce the food. Especially in these days of the pandemic, we need to secure our farmers because without them, we will starve. We need to build resilience against climate change. We need to build long-term sustainable development strategies and create hundreds of thousands of new green jobs for our young people, especially in the rural areas. We need to secure our forests, we need to secure our ecosystems, and we need to retrain our policy makers, our decision makers, to understand the complexity of this new pandemic, new challenges, political, scenarios that can arise in the future, and threats from climate change and other threats that can come. We need to be prepared. We need a new generation of young, concerned leaders who will not only think about our state, but the entire region of Northeast India and beyond the borders to Myanmar, where we have a big military political situation, down south to Bangladesh, up north to Bhutan and China, and westwards mainland India and Nepal. We need to think out of the box. We need to work together in partnership and build alliances with other youth and young leaders in other states and other countries to lift our people out of poverty and secure their future for generations and generations to come. Thank you so much, and may the forest be with you always. All the very best.